5 signs that show that a woman don't love you. Men should know these signs for making a better choice of woman. It can be tough to figure out someone's feelings, but there are often certain signs that might suggest a woman doesn't love you or is distancing herself. Here are 5 possible indicators. 1. She's emotionally distant. Signs. Reduced sharing. At the beginning of a relationship, emotional sharing is often fluid. If she used to open up about her thoughts, feelings, and experiences, but has suddenly stopped, it may indicate a distancing of emotions. Lack of support. When you're going through something difficult, love often prompts empathy and support. If she no longer offers comfort, advice, or simply doesn't seem to care when you're going through rough times, it's a red flag. Withdrawal from intimate conversations. She may avoid deep, meaningful talks and only stick to surface-level subjects like work, hobbies, or what's happening in the news. A woman who loves you is usually invested in emotionally connecting with you on a deeper level. Not engaging with your emotions. When you express your feelings, whether joy, sadness, or frustration, she might seem disinterested or even uncomfortable, rather than showing empathy or engaging with your emotional state. Why it happens. Emotional distance can stem from unresolved conflicts, a change in her feelings, or even personal emotional burnout. Sometimes, it may be due to her feeling neglected or misunderstood in the relationship. 2. She avoids communication. Signs. Delayed or one-word responses. If she's responding to your texts or calls with minimal effort, e.g., one-word answers like okay or fine, or taking hours or even days to reply, it suggests she might not be as interested in the relationship anymore. Frequent distractions. When she's with you, but she seems distracted, constantly checking her phone, zoning out, or finding reasons to leave early, it could mean that she's not emotionally present. Lack of interest in future plans. When you try to discuss future plans, whether it's something as simple as a weekend outing, or something bigger like long-term goals, she shows no excitement, avoids the topic, or responds indifferently. This lack of interest is often a sign that she might not see a future with you. Why it happens. Communication fades when there's a lack of emotional investment. She may not feel the need to check in or engage in deeper conversations if her emotional attachment has lessened. 3. She stops making time for you. Signs. Cancels plans frequently. If she's constantly canceling dates or other activities that were once important to her and to you, it shows that she may no longer prioritize your time together. Always busy. When every time you suggest spending time together, she claims to be busy, whether with work, friends, or other commitments, it can signal that she no longer feels compelled to make time for you. While everyone has a busy schedule, consistent avoidance of quality time can be telling. No effort to plan dates. In healthy relationships, both partners put in the effort to plan time together. If she stopped suggesting dates, outings, or activities, and you're always the one chasing her for plans, it shows a lack of initiative. Why it happens. People often make time for what matters most to them. If she isn't making an effort, it might mean she doesn't feel the relationship is as important as it once was, or that her emotional investment has shifted elsewhere. 4. She's not interested in your life. Signs. Avoiding conversations about you. When you try to share something important to you, whether it's a personal achievement, a problem, or a new interest, she shows little to no interest in hearing about it. She might even brush it off or change the subject quickly. Lack of curiosity. A woman who loves you will want to know about your day, your work, your dreams, and your frustrations. If she's no longer curious or engaged in your life, it's a sign that she may not feel as emotionally connected. Infrequent compliments or praise. If she no longer acknowledges your achievements or makes you feel good about yourself, it could indicate that her emotional investment is waning. Compliments and recognition often come from a place of love and admiration. Why it happens. Emotional neglect can make a partner feel less involved in the other person's life. If she's pulling away emotionally, she may not feel the need or desire to engage in your day-to-day world, which is a sign of disconnection. 5. She doesn't show physical affection. Signs. No initiation of physical touch. Physical affection, whether it's holding hands, hugging, kissing, or cuddling, is often a sign of love and closeness. If she no longer initiates these small, intimate gestures, it's a sign that the affection might not be there anymore. Avoiding intimacy. A noticeable lack of sexual interest or avoidance of physical intimacy altogether is a strong indicator that she may not feel the emotional connection needed for intimacy. While physical touch is just one way to show love, a sudden decline can suggest emotional withdrawal. Cold or distant in close spaces. If she used to enjoy being close to you physically, but now seems uncomfortable with casual touches, or even pulls away when you try to get close, this could indicate a shift in her feelings. Why it happens. Physical affection often comes from an emotional bond. If she's not feeling connected emotionally, she might not feel the desire to engage physically. It can also reflect frustration or a desire for space. The bottom line. None of these signs alone necessarily mean a woman doesn't love you. There could be other factors at play, like stress, external pressures, or personal issues. However, when these behaviors become consistent and prolonged, it's important to have an open and honest conversation about where you both stand. The relationship requires effort from both partners, and clear communication can help you understand each other's needs and feelings. Have you noticed these behaviors in your own relationship, or is this more of a general curiosity about relationships? If you disagree with me on any of the signs, let me know in the comment section.